Wait, let me get that better. Did I go through correctly? Well, here's to some 10-15 minutes of me talking to a microphone that is not turned on. Well, thanks to the person that actually pointed that out, and I'm sorry that I didn't get that on time. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. Hello and welcome to Tour de Core. And Tour de Core, of course, is the show where we take a deep dive into WordPress core. Now, as you probably have noticed, the focus so far has been primarily on Gutenberg, and this is going to be the case for probably a few more streams. I feel like we're getting pretty deep into Gutenberg, and I feel like we have explored a decent amount of code, and we have learned a lot about how Gutenberg works and how custom blocks work, etc. Now, in case you don't know, Gutenberg is the new editing experience that is coming in WordPress 5.0, and it's going to change how we interact and with content creation and how we create content. And eventually it's going to be much more than that. Supposedly maybe all of WordPress core, maybe all of the WordPress admin will use blocks in one form or another. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so far we have been working on a Unsplash integration, Unsplash API integration, and I'll make sure somebody write to me on Twitter about it. No, okay. Yeah, so we've been working on an Unsplash API integration, and we're very close. We're on like the final stretch. Let me check and make sure I still have sound. A Unsplash. Okay, we still have sound. We're on the final stretch right now. So initially there were some hiccups and some streams where I was super tired and weren't very productive. And now we are almost done, really. Last time I worked on this, I managed to show photos based on a search query from a search query that the user entered, and we display the image results for that query to the user, and then the user can select one or more photos to be saved into their media library. And when the images are saved, in the caption we save the proper credits that we're supposed to give according to Unsplash's API, the Unsplash API's terms. Yeah, so one problem there was that when you actually use an image that has HTML in its caption, the Gutenberg image block doesn't recognize that. It kind of just converts it to escaped HTML, which is not really what we want, and that's not fun. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how we can fix this, like whether we can use filters in order to change something about the content of the block as it's getting saved. And so to sum it up real quick, I found that we have a problem with the add filter integration right now, which is confusing, and I'm not sure at all why it's happening. So the interesting thing is, well, there's a couple of interesting things. First of all, when we focus a block that is not core image, wait, what? Hold on. Core paragraph, come on. Yeah, see, it says core paragraph, but then it keeps our thing there, which makes no sense. Like what? Why does it do that? I have no clue. Unsplash API UI 11-1/1/1. Interesting key. Am I adding those keys? I don't feel like I'm adding those keys. Am I? No, I'm not adding those keys. Inspector custom. Oh, wait. Why is that my key? No. Let's change the key of this thing. I don't know if it will make a difference. Yeah, so there's a couple of weird bugs that are happening. The first one that I just explained is that our custom UI is showing up. See, look at that. Why is it here? It should not be here. It's showing up for blocks that are not image, which is weird. It should not be doing that. And maybe I need to change the key. I have no clue. I'll figure it out. Okay, so first of all, it's showing when it shouldn't be showing. And then second of all, can we duplicate this? Can't duplicate this. Okay. Wait, what? Image. Okay. And then second of all, it duplicates itself. Look at that. Why? Why is it doing that? Okay, I feel like this might be some problem with keys, like the key for our element, and like where's Unsplash div, or thing is not even here. Interesting. And they do have different keys. Okay. Let's try making this a little bit dynamic and see if that does the trick. I feel like it probably won't do the trick, but let's see what we have. Also, let's see what this one is saying. Do we have to use a triple strict checking? Maybe. Okay, hold on. Let's check that first. What does add Unsplash give us? Update. Real. What do you want me to do? Interesting. Block. Nope, still have 2. See, that makes no sense. I mean, I'm guessing that it is a matter of how many. Sure. No. Transform into a heading. Okay. I don't want to turn into a heading. Image. Just an image. Yeah, see, now we have 3. So for every image block in the content, we end up with 1 more Unsplash UI thing. That's not cool. Now what does the console say? False, false, true, 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 true. Okay, 1 second. So clear this out. Maybe we should see if it's focused. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what it is. It's selected true. It's selected false. Okay. Is selection enabled? Yeah. Okay. So let's make sure. And props is selected. Okay. I feel like that might work better. Let's see. That could be our problem here. Block. Ta-da. Okay. Good. Good. Okay, so that was the problem. I did read about this, and the latest release notes that were published on WordPress, make.wordpress.org/core/ What's new in Gutenberg? Except for not from 12th of January. Okay, let me find it real quick based on the tags. Gutenberg. Okay, 25th, yes. Excuse me. So, what I saw, I did see it somewhere here that they change the way of figuring out if something is focused. How focus is managed. Is that the one? Really? Okay, also I'm pretty sure I saw it recently. I saw it somewhere. Did I see it in the other one? Or did I see it in the repository? I'm not sure. Maybe it was in the previous no, because it's not being listed here. Interesting. Focus. Yeah, I have no clue where I saw it. That's bad. If focus this. Focus, yes. See, it's no longer coming from this props as focus. Why is it not included anywhere? Okay, let's look up the repository real quick. Sorry for sidetracking like this, but track the focus plugins. Interesting. Okay, maybe it has been like that for a long time, and I don't know how I missed it. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm in the wrong here. But so what I was saying is, right, so that fixed our problem, just having, you know, checking if it's selected, and that's when we only add it. Did I get, okay, get rid of the console log. Okay, update. So before I realized that my mic was off, well, before I read that my mic was off, I was looking into the documentation of this, well, extensibility.md. This is in the docs. So if we go back here, oh, sorry, to the repository, just the first tab I closed, of course. Where are those docs? I feel like they should be uploaded somewhere. I don't know. Let's see, docs, extensibility. No clue. Anyway, so I was reading through, come on, there we go. I was reading through this document, extensibility, and here's the interesting part: modifying blocks, experimental. Okay, that's pretty cool. I understand that it's not a matured API yet, but it seems like a very powerful one. because what I can do is we have filters, right? So we have filters, and we can, similarly to how WordPress does it in PHP, we can filter something and then tack on some of our stuff. Well, that's pretty cool. What we are, okay, so we are filtering blocks block edit right now. And as it says here, it's used to modify the block's edit component. It receives the original block edit component and returns a new wrapped component. And that's pretty much what we're doing in here. Specifically, here it is. So we add filter, we hook into blocks block edit. We give ourselves a unique kind of key identifier that WordPress and PHP does automatically for us, but I feel like in JavaScript we just have to do it manually. I'm guessing that this is used to remove filter as well. And then we give it our function. And in there we just create a new class, well, a new function really, that when it gets called, we do some logic and we, hook into the block edit interface, which is pretty cool, right? So in here what we're doing is just saying, hey, is this an image block, and is it selected? And if so, then add one more inspector controls element in there, which will automatically, the inspector controls one moves things automatically in here. It's like magic. And then we say, add Unsplash and then our Unsplash API UI component. So that's pretty cool. And then I was thinking, okay, maybe we can do, like we can hook into blocks get save element or something, or get save content, extra props, something, somewhere we might be able to hook into a filter that already exists that will let us actually modify the content of the block that we want to modify. Or at this point, I don't even know yet how we would figure out that we need to filter it. Maybe based on the media, on the attachment that's selected or something. Anyway, but that was something I was going to solve later. And the second point of today's video is, one second, let me bring that up real quick. Nope. So the second thing that I was going to do is, first look into using filters as a way of adding content to other blocks, what I was just talking about, and then investigate what happens to filter content if our filter is gone. For example, if the plugin gets deactivated, because we're creating a plugin, we're inside of the context of a plugin. We cannot just assume that this plugin will be enabled forever on the user's side, and we have to, prepare for that and, act accordingly. Make sure we test, make sure we see what happens if our plugin is not there. And I got down to this note, which says the filter must always be run on every page load and not in your browser's developer tools console, which is fine, okay, fair warning. Otherwise, a block validation error will occur the next time the post is edited. This is due to the fact that block validation occurs by verifying that the saved output matches what is stored in the post's content during editor initialization. So if this filter does not exist when the editor loads, the block will be marked as invalid. Which sucks, honestly. And I do want to read more about validation. We have seen this multiple times while we're working on our custom blocks, and essentially what happens is that if we change the output of the block and we have a saved version of our block somewhere else, it basically stops working. It says, this block appears to have been modified externally, alright, yada yada yada. And I see why they're doing it. It makes sense. I understand that. I think it's made to prevent users from losing content, I believe, because you know, if you don't get a warning like this and you just go along without even noticing that something changed, and you might not be able to see that at all. But if you save after that, you know, your old content will be overwritten and you could lose some content. And that would be not fun at all. So I see where they're coming from. I feel like this makes I feel like this is gonna make our lives as developers a little bit difficult, because we are going to have to be very careful about designing our blocks. Like, we're not going to be able to just, you know, change the markup of the block, really. I guess we could. So one thing that we're most likely not going to be able to do without extra work is to remove attributes, you know, because if we remove an attribute or a prop attribute, that's what Gutenberg calls it. But if we remove an attribute of our block and then somebody has a saved version of that block with that attribute still in there, you know, it's gonna be saved in one way, and then when we render, because we removed this, we no longer expect it to be there, and therefore we removed all of the markup that it generates, and it's gonna be all like, oop, that seems different, something's wrong here, and bail on us. They did have, deprecated blocks, right? So you can define a deprecated version of your block. The thing is, you know, deprecated, you have to define every single version of your block and keep the original attributes and save function intact. So if I were developing blocks, you know, for commercial use or, you know, widespread WordPress.org use, I would be really careful to consider how my block is going to work, and I will be really careful touching the markup at all. Well, I would probably not touch the markup at all, actually, because you know, like, imagine you change your block's markup every other version, you know, this can go a little crazy real quick, you know, because this is a very simple block that they've given, you know, it's just a paragraph of text. But with something more complicated, this can grow very quickly. Anyway, so that's bad news for us. This part right here. Like, the filter API is great. It's very powerful. You know, the fact that you can just hook into any block and change the way, you know, change its UI, like add stuff to its UI, to the editing experience of that particular block. And then you can also override the content that it's saving one way or another. It's great, it's super powerful. But the problem is that if you do this, you are getting kind of, you know, tightly coupled to that particular piece of code that does this. And that's something that I don't like. And that's why I would really not recommend using filters, at least in their current state, for modifying the data that is saved in a block, you know, the markup of a block. If you want to change it, this is not going to be the way. This is one way. There might not be another way to do it. At least I don't think there's another way to do it right now. There might be a way to do it on the PHP side. I'm not sure. Because we saw that there are filters that let us do certain things, like render a dynamic blocks output. But right now, this is the only way that I see to change the output of the block. The problem is, you know, if your code is gone, people are going to end up with broken content. And that's not great. I mean, it might work for a site that, you're in full control, you're the only developer, or your agency is the only developer, you're building it from scratch and you have full control over the environment, and you know that, this will be there. So that's fine. However, you should still think about it, because who knows what's going to happen in 2 years, in 3 years. Maybe you're no longer going to be maintainers of that site. Maybe you deprecate that particular code for something else, and then you're going to end up with hundreds, potentially thousands of blocks that are no longer working because your code is no longer there. So this is a little bit of a clutch situation, and I'm trying to consider what options we have, because I'm definitely not gonna take that approach of overriding the safe content, because I'm in the context of a plugin, and that plugin might or might not be active on a site, and so I don't want to, scare people that their content was lost. So I have to think, right? As who was saying that? Winnie the Pooh? Okay. So that, by the way, this also applies to the custom class name and any of the other by default filters that WordPress does. Because with has block support, you can say that your block is not going to support custom class names, and just do it from the beginning. Don't do it in the middle of a project, in the middle of a site being live, where people might have already used the custom class name, and you will be getting a little bit of a problem if you decide to disable it at that point. Anyway, what can we do? Can we do it in PHP? I don't like the idea of doing it in PHP because it's gonna involve complicated stuff. As in, it's going to involve parsing HTML and then, yeah, I don't like that idea. Photo by. Well, that's quite a bit of a clutch situation. I wonder if there's any way I can fix the image block, maybe? I don't know. And see what happens then. Ooh, a little too low. There we go. I'm contemplating my options. So filters are not an option. That's fine. Also, am I saving? Am I saving the information? Come on, focus this one. There we go. Image ID, Unsplash image offer. Okay, and I do want to add some more stuff. App name snake, blah blah blah. Yeah, I have to fix that. That's fine. It should be coming from settings. Image user links HTML. Okay. Okay, so that's gonna give us, yeah, I think that's all we need. Okay, cool. So yeah, we could in theory figure out whether or not an attachment is an Unsplash one by looking at this meta. If Unsplash image ID exists, then it's an Unsplash image. So that's cool. So definitely don't want to do it on the PHP side. Well, it might be that I have to look into the Gutenberg image block. The thing is, how do we even image placeholder hooks library hello image index transforms. Oh, that could be something else that we could look into, of how we can transform certain blocks, well, our custom blocks to, you know, our custom blocks to some other type of block. But yeah, I guess that will come later. Okay. So props save. I guess not here. It's in block.js. Okay. So what I remember seeing was that it was somewhere here. Caption. Okay, so if we have a caption and our caption has a link, then we do the rich text component and we give it the caption as the value. That's cool. The thing is, the rich text component expects, as far as I remember, if we can find the definition of it, so it expects set content, this editor set content render to string. Okay. Wait, role handler? What's that? Tag name from data API. Hold on 1 second. Role handling. Whoa, what is that? Okay, let's look at the README. It's OP specific logic. Role and additional some tier states for editors. Local file path. Right. Okay. Interesting. Normalize blocks. So how is that being used in here is the question. Content mode blocks. Tag name. So here's row handler. Okay, so I would be interested in seeing what we can figure out from this stuff, right? So let's take a look at our props again, see what we have. And okay, so I want to take a look at core image, and here we should have our attributes somewhere. I want to replace attributes. There we go. Attributes, caption, empty array. What? Hold on. Core image, attributes, caption. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So caption is an array now. Okay. Can I change the props of? I don't think I can change them. Okay, that's fine. So let's get a hold of row handler. It is an API. Row handler. There we go. Okay, so it's in blocks. Blocks. There will be hooks. There will be blocks. Okay. Row handler. Okay. And so now let's take a look and see what happens if we try to call row handler. HTML plain text mode. Okay, so it still comes like looking like HTML. That's cool. HTML plain text version. The HTML to convert. Plain text version. What if we don't have a plain text version? Well, okay, so we don't have to have a plain text version. Okay. Mode auto. Say based on the content passed. OS handles inline content and return string. OS handles blocks and return array of blocks. Maybe that will not work for us. We'll see. Okay. So we want props attributes caption 0. Okay, and false. Really, let's just call that. And cross fingers crossed. See what? Oh, yikes. React, we'll try canary property replace of undefined. Oh, okay. Yes. So if we actually have something in there, hold on. Let's if core image equals props name, and we actually have a caption, then do that stuff, right? Okay. How about that? Fresh? Nope. Still in there? Go read property replace of undefined. Did you actually refresh? I feel like it did. Yes, it did. Wait. Yes. Wait, there's no longer, oh, there's an error. Wait, and it doesn't do it to everyone. Okay. T is undefined. What is C? What? Oh, yes. Silly me. Okay, we are supposed to actually pass in an object instead of yep. That makes sense. Of course it makes sense. Okay, HTML. This is our HTML. Okay, and we really only care about the HTML right now because we just kind of want to see what exactly is going on. So essentially what I'm trying to figure out right now is yes, of course you can ask a question about React and its relation to WordPress. Now that Gutenberg will be a thing. I don't know if I'm the best person to answer this question, but we can give it a try. Okay, let's stop that. Continue. Processed inline HTML. It's not really. What? Not sure what I was expecting to happen here. Oh, because it's okay. Yeah, let's try and go to blocks mode. Oh, we got something. We have something here. That's looking has potential. Okay, now now I'm gonna have to figure out how to stuff that into the image block. And I have no clue. To be honest. Well, we can figure it out, right? So this is not gonna be something for the faint of heart, so feel free to look away. Nope. Don't want this house. Don't want that. I don't know. Maybe this? Core image. Nope. Further down still. Core image. Nope. Okay. Blocks. Yes, that is what we're looking for. Core image. There we go. Simple. Okay, so let's see what we can figure out. No, but no, with WordPress, like how jQuery. Okay, so you're asking if the React library is bundled with WordPress, just like how jQuery and Backbone are, and whether you can use React as a dependency to your DAO PNQ script calls from a plugin or a theme. Well, I actually did just notice this. If we go back, we can see that in the source code of the page, we do have some vendor scripts that are currently inside of Gutenberg. And so right now it's inside of Gutenberg. Once it lands into Core, I'm assuming that you'll be able to use that as well. Like you'll be able to use React as a dependency. And yeah, so you can see right here inside of plugins, Gutenberg, vendor, they're loading React, React DOM, and React DOM server browser. So the answer I think would be yes. I don't see why they would do it in a way that you cannot use React as a dependency. So it should be just a matter of time once WordPress 5.0 comes out. The thing that I'm not certain about is what they're going to call that. We can try and figure out what they're calling it right now and whether they're actually even using they're even using the enqueuing system. Okay, let's look in vendor. Okay. Fetch. Register vendor script. Interesting. Interesting. So you can, inside of Gutenberg, there is a register vendor script function that can either load it from, like either load it locally or download it from a remote place, and that's quite interesting. That will be registered script handle. Okay, and our handle is probably gonna be just React, I'm assuming. Come on. React, yeah, there it is. Okay. Depends on React, depends on React. So what I'm getting from this is if you have Gutenberg installed right now and you want to load React, obviously, you know, don't do this in a mass plugin or anything, because, or at least say that Gutenberg needs to be present as well. But if you're certain that Gutenberg will be active, then you should be able to do the following. So when you register your script, you know, my script handle, some URL, you know, obviously that will be the proper URL. That's where we have the dependencies, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, dependencies and then version. So inside of your dependencies, you will want to do the following. You're gonna want to do React and React DOM at the very least. If you need React DOM server, then you can get that as well. Cool. I'm glad that answered your question. Yeah, so right now, you know, if you are certain that there will be Gutenberg, go ahead and use that. Otherwise, wait until WordPress 5.0 and then you'll be able to just use that. Unless something changes, of course, but I don't see why they would change that. As usual, you know, test before the release and you'll be fine. Now back onto trying to figure out if this is going to work. Oh yes, I wanted to change this fun thing here. Okay, so a couple of things. I'm going to use, yeah, I know, the JS beautifier. Lovely tool if you have to read minified JavaScript. Oops, it's taking a little bit long time. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. So I need to open up some sorry, need to open up blocks build index.js. What if we have script debug? Is that gonna make a difference? Huh. 1 second. Oh well, script debug is true already. So I guess that doesn't make a difference really. Plugins, Gutenberg, blocks, build. Index.js? Okay. Okay, let's see the slightly beautified version. Save that. And give Visual Studio Code a little bit of time to realize what's going on with that much code. Still waiting. Hello. Yeah, it's making some progress. I will get there. In the meantime, let's find where core image is being registered, right? So, oh no. Okay, I think this is the one that we need. Perhaps euro out caption, yep, type array, source children, selector fig caption. That might not actually work. Or at least what I'm thinking to do. Oh no. Oh. You just released a plugin that has 90% custom meta boxes, so at some point in the near future, you have to watch each of my videos to convert it to Gutenberg blocks. Well, I hope it helps. I do have to say, from my experience so far, it hasn't been super difficult. So I think you'll be able to do it. And congrats on the plugin. That's very exciting. But yeah, I mean, if you're using a custom post type or something else, you should be able to. Well, here's the thing: if you're using a custom post type, it's gonna be super easy to convert something to a meta box, because then you can just add it into the standard layout as a predefined block, like it will always be there. But if it's also applying to other post types, then I'm not sure. You know, obviously users can insert it themselves, but that's not the best option. But there might be some sort of API by the time Gutenberg gets released that will make things easier, as in it will make it possible to dynamically attach custom blocks to the editor. We'll see. Okay, so description, transforms, yada yada yada. Get editor wrapper props, save, edit, u.a. Oh, the fun begins. Okay. So row handling, rich text. Hey, where's my image? There we go. Block. Okay, let's see if there's something that's fairly unique. Perhaps, maybe it's not. Okay, yeah, so if you use the custom post type, that's gonna be super easy. I mean, okay, sorry, it's not gonna be super easy, but it's gonna make it easier for you because you're only working with your own custom post type. So yeah, in one of the videos, I actually go through how we can set up a template as part of our custom post type, and that part is like seriously super easy. If you have the blocks created, you just say you know, I want these blocks and that's everything that should be in there. Yeah, something like that I think is a great use of Gutenberg, and it's gonna make it super easy for authors to create what they want. Well, or you know, at least to enter the content that they want. So okay, so we have a few places where right caption is used. Of course, someone said captions. Okay, well we're getting closer. Getting closer to that. It might not be worth it to do this. Okay. Right. Yeah. So I mean, at least it's good to hear that they're still working, even if it's not, you know, super pretty. Yeah. If you convert them to Gutenberg actual blocks and use those as your meta box, it's gonna be pretty cool. There was a bit of an issue that I uncovered, and that is that if you want to use if you want to save an attribute as meta, Gutenberg has the API for it in place, and it's very easy to do that. However, you have to register your meta, and the flaw of registering meta is that it registers it for every single post type, and that's not pretty cool. Yeah, and you have to use post instead of your post type. If you watch my video, you see me trying to figure out why it's not working with my custom post type name. But yeah, so it's gonna show up, so your custom fields will show up in the REST API for every single post type. And if you have a lot, then it's gonna look not super pretty. I believe this is planned. It's in the tracker and the WordPress core track, and they do want to fix it, but they're not sure how it's gonna look like yet. So that's a little unfortunate, and who knows, it might not land in WordPress 5.0, which would be a really big, I think, not cool moment. But yeah. So now I think I'm gonna try and run Gutenberg from the source. Can I even do that? I don't know. Let's see what the README says. We should be able to do that, I'm sure. README. Okay, Gutenberg, get in focus, blocks, stages, get involved. How you can contribute. Let's take a look at this. Getting started, Node.js based project. Okay. Set up local env. Very interesting. Extras. Okay, well, let's do that. Let's get rid of our current Gutenberg. And just create a symbolic link because I like doing things that way. Gutenberg source, Gutenberg. Let's make sure we're up to date. We are at version 2.2.0. They're planning 2.3.0, but that's fine. Okay. What has changed in package lock? All right. Package lock. Okay. So bin setup local environment. Let's try if that's going to work. MVM is installed. Would you like to download and install it automatically? I don't think so. Can we skip it? Ha ha ha. Apparently can't skip it. We need NVM. Well, here's a bit of an unexpected turn. We are going to take a look at how to set up a development version of Gutenberg. Hey, it is installed. Please run this command to reload it. Home nvm show. You need to run nvm install. There. I bet this is gonna break something else. One of my other projects that I'm working on. Well, I'll figure it out then. Okay, how about now? Installing, updating npm packages, cool. Pre-install Gutenberg into lifecycle, info lifecycle. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Open a terminal. Whoops. Navigate to repository, type npm install. I already did that. Okay. npm run dev. Putting in the background as you work on it. Okay, so what we need once that finishes. Oh no, I don't want to use Docker. That's fine. I think we're good. So just run npm run dev, right? Yes. Webpack is watching the files. ... Okay, so now what I want to do is see if we can change things a little bit. How can I get my hands on okay, so just like that. Okay. So import, hold on, let me get it from here. Row handler from .api, except for that's not really where we want to get it from. I actually want to get it from, so yeah, I can resolve that.api. Yes, yes. So in library and blocks. Blocks, back to the root directory. Oh wait, no, that is in blocks. Okay. How about that? That should do it. Crash? No crash. Whoa, it's 1.9 megabytes. That's crazy. Which does remind me to close this. And potentially reverse the changes I did. I closed it already? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna have row handler accessible. Now what I want to do is on select image, attributes caption. So instead of doing this, you know, instead of actually trying, just saying, hey, you know, here's an array, let's do something else and let's actually try and parse it. and see what it's going to do. Okay, let's grab it from right here. Okay, HTML mode blocks. I don't know if that's gonna work. It would be pretty cool if it does work. Media caption. Okay, so media caption, and then we parse it as blocks. We save. Come on, did you even build? Maybe you built something? Hello? You're not building anything. Oh, there we go. Now we're building stuff. Okay. And let's see if Gutenberg is still working at all. Is it? Okay, so Gutenberg's still working. That's pretty cool. Let's see about removing the image and then just oh, just go like that. Oof, yikes. HTML.replace is not a function. Really? Well, what is the caption then? Row handler HTML equals HTML.replace. But we should have a caption in here. Okay, so let's do this, then stop doing that. Oh, it's probably complaining about here. Yeah, I imagine so. Okay, reload. Hopefully this got compiled already. Okay, so let's change out the image again. Select, and we have an error. Objects are not valid as a React child. Found object with keys, UID name, blah blah blah. Children use an array instead. Okay, so that's not cool. Let's try inline mode, I think, instead of blocks, and see what that's going to do. Reload. Same thing, swap out the image, parsed inline HTML, and nope, didn't do much. Okay. Row handler, convert sensual string to known blocks. Strips everything else. Okay, so this actually works with actual blocks. I guess we could. Okay, let's see what we have in attributes caption again. Okay. Let's swap out the image again. Yep, and it breaks. Get that. An array of objects. It's valid true. Core paragraph. Yeah, okay, that's not going to work. Probably. Huh. What else can we use? That's all we get though. And here we just get row handler. Can you use reuse? False. Also, I do want to see what we have as a caption here. Once that actually gets saved into the block. Because we started with an array and a string. The question is, well, what do we have later on? Okay, so right now it's just a string, right? What happens if we change this though? Let's grab this link and try and add it in here. What? That doesn't seem right. Is that right? Okay, there we go. We have multiple children now. Yeah. Reload. And it's the same thing. So we start with that already in there. Can we find that information somewhere? The caption rendered. Wait. Caption is an array, comes from child elements for the flick caption element. Okay. Children, and also let's take a look at rich text as well. Okay. Array of React DOM to make editable. Relational should be valid and valid with respect to the tag name and line property. Okay. 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 So that's pretty cool. The thing is, extract child nodes from paragraph rich text. Now, if they're doing this, we should be able to do that as well. That's what I'm thinking, right? At least that's my logic. It's just a matter of trying to figure out where exactly is this, right? So that's gonna be a very difficult search term because it's probably gonna give a lot of results. Oh, parsers. Okay. Maybe it's not gonna be that difficult. Wait, source channel. Oh, that's something else. Should convert recognize row content. Yeah, that's not it. It's from row. Nope. Okay, but in here, matcher from source config, children. Ooh, what is that? Source config selector. Get block attribute. Attribute key and attribute schema blocks row content, and the comment attribute returns the attribute value depending on its source definition of the given attribute key. Okay. And then HTML matcher from source. Okay. Where does children come from? From matchers. Okay. Blocks API matchers. So let's also try selector. Oh, because that's just a matcher, right? And then we actually need to HPQ parse. Okay. Whoa. Oops. Yeah, that's getting quite complex now. External dependencies. Okay. Well, I guess not really there. That's fine. So let's try this. Let's try with that. Matcher. Okay, let's see what that gives us. If we try to do what Gutenberg does when it's loading the editor, because when it's loading the editor, it parses the HTML and it turns it into blocks, right? So we should be able, we'll presume that we should be able to do the same when we select an actual image. And actually that might have worked, potentially. Ooh, I mean, yeah, this doesn't work, that's fine, but look at this. What? Okay, what can this return? Is it gonna fail? I have no idea. GPQ parse returns matched values shaped by object. Should be okay, I guess. Object with the shape of the matcher's object or value returned by the matcher. Okay, well, let's give that a try, shall we? So attributes dot caption equals this. Okay. Media caption, and I'm pretty sure that we might actually have a success right now. As in Gutenberg the image block might actually start recognizing the HTML that we're writing inside of our caption. Okay, so let's try and replace this image. Okay, change that. Let's go with this one. Select. Yes! Yes, it works. Sweet. Well, now the question is that I have, how could that get into Gutenberg? Would that get accepted into Gutenberg, or would I have to actually still go back to the initial idea of creating a custom block? I don't know. I have no idea. Contributing, getting started, workflow, for Gutenberg repository, clone, fork repository, create new branch, make all changes, commit changes within newly created branch, push branch to fork repository, submit pull request. You only name your branches with prefixes and descriptions like this. Type change would be add, try, update. I don't know. A new gutter block. Okay. Well, I should probably submit a pull request, I believe. That's the right thing to do, right? Well, first of all, I'll actually start a new issue because I couldn't find anything about image captions before Very finished direct image block. Oh, what caption would appear there? Ah, okay. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Gutenberg blocks should be inside divs. Interesting. I mean, I kind of agree, but I do want to see how this develops. Oh, yeah, by the way, that's another way you can keep track of things. Just go to the GitHub repository, find an issue that you're interested in, click subscribe so that you can get notified anything something happens on that issue. To carry on with your post. That's not really what I crop images and gallery spinner. Okay, well, I don't see. I remember looking for it before and I couldn't find it. Okay, new issue. Here we go. Before reposting your issue, these comments won't show up on. Okay, try to add as much detail as possible. Be specific. The version of Gutenberg you're using in the description. If you request a new feature, explain why you'd like it to be added. Already did that, except for don't search for pull requests, but let's do that real quick as well. Let's just change that to pull request. Hey, where's my... Yes. Ah, come on. SPR. Plugin version 2. Fix image alignment. Gallery link attribute selector. What? During the addition of captions to the gallery, they make parsing of link attributes invalid. Pretty sure that's not related. Okay. Anything else? Six component for clarity. Oh, there we go. Told you I saw it somewhere. Yeah, remove the focus prop from the block header function and replace it with a selected prop. Yep, I knew I saw it somewhere. Apparently only the GitHub people see it. Okay. Okay, I don't see that stuff yet. Sure, using the latest code before logging bugs. Disable plugins, ensure it's not bugging conflicts, report a security issue. Please visit. Okay. Don't care about this. Okay. What else can use captions? Do the galleries use captions? Let's try. Gallery. Okay, let's add a couple of images from our gallery. Okay, so it does show this stuff here. Oh, yikes. Okay, so yeah, it applies to the gallery block as well. Yep, it just doesn't, yeah. So like, I don't know what to do with that. Not my problem. Whoa, why did that happen? Okay, that's fine. Get rid of this. Okay. So, image blocks don't parse HTML included and captions. Maybe that works. Okay, brief overview of the issue, steps to reproduce. Okay, so brief overview is if caption of image already contains HTML, say for photo credits, it's like photo by example.com offer. Okay. If the caption image already contains HTML, when the image is inserted in header gallery or an image block, the caption is just shown as plain text. Plain text, okay. Now let's make sure that WordPress core itself supports it. And I'm going to do this by adding a new page, but in the classic editor. So, you know, test page number 2, add media, select our image, see that we have a caption here, insert into, see, there it is, right here. Cool. Okay, and let's publish it. Make sure, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine on the front end. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we've confirmed that, you know, current WordPress editor handles captions properly, and it is a Gutenberg issue in particular, and so we can continue filing the issue. The current WordPress editor doesn't have that restriction and renders your caption correctly. Okay. Now I am going to do something. Okay, so I think I'm going to link to this video inside of the issue once obviously the video is uploaded. So hello people from the Gutenberg team. I'm going to show you real quick how you can reproduce this issue. So you can see in my gallery that I have a bunch of images from Unsplash, and I have added, the correct photo credit in the caption, including the links, the way that they're supposed to be. And we can see in this test page that is using the classic editor when okay, sorry. Now, when I actually go to the classic editor, okay, you can see I already added the image, but let's delete it, add media, select the image, verify that it has HTML in the caption, insert into page, and as you can see, the links and everything is working as it should. And that's kind of what you would expect. This is standard in WordPress, and yeah, so that's all good. But now let's say I come into my editor page in Gutenberg and I insert, I'm actually going to insert a gallery, and I'll tell you why in a second. I'm going to insert a gallery and I'm going to select, just one image for right now. It does have the caption in there with HTML. Create a new gallery. We can see the caption here as well, and then insert that gallery, and you can see that this is what we see. And from what I understand, the problem is in the fact that we are passing an array with a string inside of it to the rich text component, whereas we should actually be passing an array of either plain text or objects, DOM objects, React elements, whatever the correct phrase for that is. So as you can see, that doesn't work. And the solution I found was inspired by the way that children attributes are parsed, and I played around a little bit, and this is what I managed to do. So I've changed the image block to actually do, well, apparently I've broken the image block. 0 undefined. Okay. Oh, this is probably, sorry, 1 second. I will, okay. Props, attributes, caption. Sorry about that. Let's remove this one real quick. Update, reload. So I played around with the image block a little bit. Hey. Yep, more stuff breaking. And I managed to get it to work. So when we add an image block, select from media, this is the one that has HTML, click select, and it automatically converts everything into, the proper elements. And you can see this right here. This is what happens when we select the image or when we change the image. It will automatically parse HTML and, convert it to the array of objects that we need. And the way I did this is by using matcher and the HPQ parse, this is a library that you guys are using when parsing attributes, when reading attributes, and yeah, you know what I mean. And yeah, just attributes caption, HPQ parse, wrap the caption in a div element, and then give it a matcher, and that seems to do the trick. And you know, when I update it, you can see that it will still be fine when I go to the front end. Yeah, there's our credit right here. And yeah, so I think that that's a bit of a problem for anyone that is currently using captions as a way to give credits, or you know, they're using more than just plain text captions. They're gonna run into a problem when they switch over to Gutenberg. And so I feel like that's something that we should tackle and fix. Not necessarily the way I did it, because I hacked it real quick in half an hour or so, but yeah. Well, thanks for your attention, and let me know what you think in the issue. Okay, now let's keep writing the rest of this issue. Okay, so this is a brief overview. The current doesn't have the abstraction renders your caption correctly. Okay, so that's fine. Or an unambiguous set of steps. Okay, yeah, so you can see a video of me demonstrating that bug. Okay. Okay, I'll read this after this stream is over. So we demonstrating that bug here, and then you know, jump to sometime. Okay. Expected behaviors, describing a bug, tell us what should happen. Okay. Expected behavior is to be able to edit the rendered HTML inside of the rich text. And is the component block rich text component? Okay, so it's called a component. Current behavior. What happens is that of the caption inside, the caption is rendered as plain text with HTML visible. Okay. Possible solution. This is also demonstrated in the video, but this is how I fixed the problem locally. Okay, and so in blocks image block.js, library image block.js, add. Okay. One. Add this top. Add to well, not add, we're really changing it. Change on select image to this stuff. Okay, I guess we don't really need all of that stuff. Let's get rid of that. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Yep, that doesn't work. Okay. Get rid of that. Change on select image. Okay. Not sure if that is an optimal. Based off the way attributes are parsed. Okay, screenshots video, viewer reports, send what you're sharing, relate issues, and yeah, I couldn't find. About a week ago. Okay, let's see. You can see a video of me demonstrating that back here. This is on Gutenberg 2.2.0. I feel like that's enough, maybe. We'll see. To-dos. Can I get rid of to-dos? I have no idea. Okay, well, let's leave those in here for right now. Okay, and I will insert this link later on. Okay, well, this is how I would go about posting an issue, in this case to the Gutenberg repository on GitHub. And after this video uploads, I'm going to insert the links in here so that, you know, people can look at the video and see how to reproduce that. I'm also going to read, we already read contributing. I'm going to read the code of conduct just in case. I'm pretty sure that I'm not violating anything, but it's something that you should do just to make sure you're clear. And yeah, after that I'm going to submit the issue, and we'll see what comes out of that. Hopefully it would work. But yeah, oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. Huh. Oh yeah, maybe it will work fine. Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out. Okay, I think that's all from me for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in a week on the 8th of March. And hopefully by then we'll have at least some movement on the issue, although not necessarily, because there's lots of issues, and obviously they we have 612 open issues. I don't expect to see immediate movement on that issue. But yeah, if we don't have any movement on the issue, then I might just have to stop working on this Unsplash implementation and focus on something else. Deprecating blocks, I think that's going to be a good topic for next time, so that I can explore that a little bit and see exactly how it works and which situations you should use that API and functionality and which situations you should not. And is it as scary as I believe it is? And hopefully the answer will be no. But yeah, only time will tell, and we'll have to actually give it a shot. And with that said, I think I'm going to sign off for the night. Again, thank you very much for joining me, and I'm sorry for the delay today for anyone that was expecting me to be on time, but technical issues happened. My editor decided to not turn on when I started the stream, and yeah, it was fun. Anyway, we have fixed that out, and it's all behind us. Wherever you are, I hope you have a great time and have a good day, night, morning, whatever it is that you're having at the moment, and I'll see you in a week. Have a good one.